everybody, it's Bubbles here, and I'm located at Arundel Mills Mall, and this is my beautiful kiosk. So I'm gonna show you guys something really special. So this cashmere body oil is one of my best-selling oils of all of my products. It's made up of jojoba oil, coconut oil, vitamin E, so the most natural ingredients. Look at that. It absorbs into the skin so good, and it smells amazing. Follow me on Instagram at Bubbles Galore Me, TikTok Bubbles Galore Me as well, and on my website at bubblesgalorem3.com. See you guys soon.
But you know, I just came home, so I was oblivious.
He was oblivious to it. He thought this was a free fall in this bitch.
Yeah, not for real.
Yeah. So you gonna have to do the whole. You gonna have to just repurpose it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start over though. But I think new beginning is always good, man. You know, when you got, especially when you got new material and you got new ways and new strategies and stuff. And then I'm a student too though, so I still had to learn how to structure it. You know what I'm saying? The structure process.
Listen, man, it's been another episode of the VIB3Z podcast. We are back, man. It's your boy Two Temple King, your favorite Leo. And listen, I don't even know if he go by this name, Sophisticated Stepper. Look, this man right here, y'all might not have seen this video because they took him down because the shit was too raw, uncut dope. But we don't censor enough in here, man. So I'm gonna let this brother introduce himself.
How y'all doing? My name is Anur. As you say, the Sophisticated Stepper, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Listen, brother.
Happy to be here, bro.
No problem. We had to have you, man. You got a unique story. Everything from your videos to just talking to you now. I want people to know, because we ain't censoring nothing. Who are you? How did you get to where these videos are? I see you with the family. I see you talking to the kids. You got a different style about you. Who are you? I'm
a man that's trying to prosper. You know, I'm all about prosperity. I done overcame insurmountable odds. And my story is just beginning for real. You know. I don't have the story that's completely out of whack. You know, I got a typical black male story. You know, I was young. You know, I made a mistake when I was young, paid my debts, you know what I'm saying, to society. And I had to come home and make a transformation. So I try to make the best transformation as possible. And by the grace of God and having positive people around me is working in my favor. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that, man. So you were telling me, how long you been out for now?
I've been out for 2 years.
What made, when you came out, did you want to just like step into this Instagram bag?
Nah, I said, it's kind of weird, right? Because when I got released, I was so complacent with being locked up, because I've been locked up since I was 19, and I got released at 29. But I was so complacent with being locked up that actually when the gate opened up and I stepped outside the gate, I kind of like hesitated. You know what I'm saying? Because I built a relationship with guys in prison. You know, I built a relationship with my brothers. You know, sometimes I call them comrades, I call them companions of mine. So me going into a world that don't know nothing about me, and I feel so small, and I don't know nothing about the world. It was intimidating. But I kind of like had to muster up the strength, and it's working in my favor, man.
Well, mustering up that strength.
You know.
I seen you got a little boy, right?
Yeah, I got a little boy. I got 2 little boys.
You got 2 little boys.
Yeah,
so when you came out and you hit the street after that, almost 10 years locked up, were you scared?
Yeah, I said I just was scared. I was afraid of being a failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I already had this stigma on me, from just going to court and just being criticized and scrutinized by just the media, or just, you know what I'm saying, just the nature of my charge, period. So I'm already a black man in America, but I'm a young black man, you know what I'm saying, that then did something, that's frowned upon, and me being sentenced with 59 years and me giving my time back and actually stepping into the world, I felt like I was doing something right, but it still felt wrong in a way, because I'm like, man, it's like it was a dream. It's like, I feel like I ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So every mistake was definitely a life learned lesson. And so it's like I couldn't be scared, you know what I'm saying, to make my mistakes. I had to bump my head. You know
I think that's a very important lesson that you just said just now. a lot of people are so scared to make any mistakes. They don't know what's going to happen from that mistake. But you're on the side of it that it's okay. You can make a mistake. You can make a huge mistake and still come out on the other side and be good. You can still live your life. You can get a second chance, third chance at life and be okay. So what led you to, do you even want to call it motivational videos? Like when your first video, what was that?
It was a lot of empathy. Of course I was going through something, and you know, when you hit rock bottom, you know, it teaches you how to reach your full potential. You know what I'm saying? But you have to hit that rock bottom. So I was just going through trial and tribulations, just like anybody else. And I always had a voice. You know, I always had a voice. I was never afraid to speak. And you know, and this became a common practice to me, you know, just from me speaking in court and trying to basically persuade the judge to give me my time back, and trying to persuade the courts and my peers that I'm not who I am, you know, but I'm still gonna say how I feel, and I'm gonna say what I mean and mean what I say. So that's what it really came from. You know, it was breeded from that. And it's just like, well, look, man, today, man, I just I feel like saying something. And then, you know, once I get the input back, I'm with positive input back, and just like, all right, well, keep going. Like, bro, you know, like, you know, where is that? You know, it's been times when I was actually making a video on bruh, and you know, people were like, bruh, like, come on, bro, we try to hit a word for the day. And I'm like, man, I'm in the process of doing it now. So it just really kept me going, right? But you know, the devil has his way of working, man. You know, it's like every time, you know, it's like every time you're trying to do something. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not really heavily religious, but every time you're trying to do something that's godly, like, you know what I'm saying, for mankind, you know, the devil just always try to creep up and just steal your joy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we roll with the punches.
What I seen from your videos, right? I don't know if you even gonna put it in the motivational bag, but when I looked at it, and I went through a lot, I had the team go through a lot. And when you get these motivational videos, it's kind of like a solemn background. It's just them. When I seen yours, it was like, oh, you're a young fly motherfucker, but you actually saying something with it. And it's like now when you get the youth and everything like that, they see where you are, what you're buying and stuff like that, and they think that's just the lifestyle. But when you open up your mouth and talk, I got captivated. I told my shorty, oh, look at this. Look at this. You gave, I don't even know how to put it, but I watched so many of your videos that I started looking at them in the morning. I was like, oh, this motherfucker is speaking, and I can relate to you. You're just, I don't want to say you're so far gone because you've been gone, but you are so relatable that it doesn't feel forced when you're speaking to somebody. It's like, boom, you my brother, and you just really spitting game to me, and I got captivated in this.
Yeah.
I think right now, when you found your gift, when you got out, you can resonate with people, even though you had to use this gift to get you out of the jam that you was in. You found it. And even though people try to censor you, you still found it. And I think you should damn sure keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to, you're from DC, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to leave DC?
Of course. It's a complacent city. You know, DC is so minuscule. You know what I'm saying? We got the whole region to conquer. You know, so I feel that the bigger the region, the more opportunity. You know, the bigger variety, the more shoulders you get to rub. You know, the more opportunities you got. And you know, I tell guys all the time, like, listen, it's two types of people. You got an optimist and you got a pessimist. You know, opportunist sees opportunity in every difficulty. A pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. Which one are you? You know, I'm an opportunist. You know, so Texas, you know, Texas is you know, Texas is looking marvelous to me. You know, Cali's looking marvelous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you gonna take the black person? We love Cali and Houston.
Yeah, because you know, because it's the biggest region. You know, I want to go where the biggest at. You know what I'm saying? So me staying here is cool. I love my city, but it's complacent.
I always ask people this: if you were in DC, Baltimore, it might look big because they got a lot of stuff to do. But if you're from the city, it's small. Everybody's gonna pretty much go to the same spot. U Street, you might have been up Berry Farms back in the day. Everybody's in one central location. And every time I ask somebody, I always say, oh, I'm gonna stay here because I was born here. And I was like, but why? When you feel like you're gonna go to Cali or Houston, do you feel as though you're going to be too big to come back to the city?
No, I'm never gonna be too big, but I might be I might be too busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might be too busy for the simple fact what I'm trying to do, they're not doing in the city. You know, they're not building facilities for mediators. You know what I'm saying? They're not building facilities for facilitators to facilitate the youth and stuff like that. So I'll be too busy to come back. Now, if this was a city of structure, and we was all about our youth, then of course. But I'm going where my opportunity awaits me.
What's striking you? Because you just said this a couple times. What about the youth has you in a chokehold that you want to touch them?
I mean, I just don't want them to repeat the same mistakes that I made. I tell guys all the time, man, it's cold in themselves. When you go to prison and when you make this 15-minute decision in your life, it costs you so much. You know what I'm saying? Like prison comes with so much more than just losing your freedom. Some guys lose their sanity. Some guys lose their purpose. Some guys lose their motivation. They lose their dignity. So it's not just about your freedom. Some people really lose their existence. So if I have to experience that and share my experiences with the youth to show these guys, like, listen, this is the only outcome, then so be it.
But when you said this, because anybody that know, I grew up in Park Heights. It's a terrible neighborhood.
I know a lot of guys from Park Heights. Shout out to Park Heights, man.
Park Heights is Spalding. Listen, it's easy because coming from the streets, it's always, when we look at it, it's always somebody. It might be a family member, a teacher. It's always somebody that's saying, oh, just get out. Just don't do it. And they don't realize it's not that easy, especially when you caught up in it. Mother might be hooked on drugs, whatever. You are the father. You are the financial backbone. I can't just get out because who's going to look after them?
Right.
So what do you tell the kids, the teenage boys, that I might not want to be out here slanging dope, but I got my little brother depending on me. I got my mother depending on me. I can't just go make $8 an hour. It don't work like that. So what do you tell them when they stuck in this position?
I mean, I tell all the guys, when you in bad situations, it's always something. It's always a treasure. You just you can't look on top of the surface. You gotta dig deeper under the surface. That's where the treasure awaits you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to scratch under the surface. So what I tell a lot of guys is that first of all, you need to do a thorough assessment on your life. Do a thorough assessment on your life. And you need to evaluate yourself. Look at the statistics. Look what's going on around you. And when you're making these decisions, make sure they're rational and logical. And trust me, your rationality will start kicking in, and you will know what you need to do. It's like, I done been down bad to the point to where I feel like this was the only outlet. But once you tap into your rational side and your logical side, trust me, your mind starts to transform, and you'll see you'll see perhaps me selling some waters just to get a pack of noodles or whatever the case may be, just to get us through the night. Maybe that's the step that I need to take, because if I take this step, which is to a greater magnitude, but it can cost me my life, then I won't even be able to even provide for my brothers and my sisters. So if I got to do what I got to do just to get a couple noodles and we just go over this hump, you know what I'm saying, for the night, then so be it. But you always got to keep that optimistic energy. You got to you got to know that, look, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be all right. Like, I know a lot of guys just getting money right now still eating cups of noodles, but we going to be all right. We going to be all right, man. Y'all going to be all right, man. Y'all got to trust the process. And also, man, we have to educate ourselves. When we was growing up in a household, we was taught to go to college. There's nothing wrong with going to college. We was taught that if you go to college, you will be something. But we was taught if you have a job, you will be something. Right. Sometimes we have to leave those old traditional ways alone, and we have to teach ourselves how to be entrepreneurs. How to really open up businesses. So we can do the hiring, we can sign our checks. Our family members will never be out of work. We can establish some type of generational wealth and then accumulate. Because you know, a lot of black people, man, we consume so much money into brands, into, you know, establishments. And imagine if we just had that financial literacy, that can be us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we gotta educate ourselves to be entrepreneurs, be business people, and work for ourselves, man.
I think you going against and I can say now it's different. You going against the grain because coming up, it was the go to college, it was
Facts.
the be in your family's business or get a job or something like that. But you're promoting something different. That a lot of people, you might not like school. That
Mhm.
might not be your thing.
Exactly.
And it's like it's so forced upon us that if we don't go to school,
And it's a scam.
we're a fucking failure.
Yeah, and it's a scam. I said I know people right now that's still paying off college loans and in their 30s, you know, for room and board. It's like it's no way that you should be $100,000 in debt and you got accepted into the school. You know, it's just I feel like it's a scam, and some people graduated with degrees that they can't even find in their field.
That's the fucking worst.
And it's like, so like, you know, but if you was an entrepreneur and you had developed these skills at a young age, and I'm not talking about, you know, tall or nothing like that. I'm talking about 15 up to 25 or something like that. It's, you know what I'm saying, like 1 + 1 = 2. It's simple addition. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just gotta put the time, dedication, and effort into it. But our neighborhoods is just so it's so infested with genocide, man. Like everywhere you go at, you see liquor stores and you see drugs and shit like that. So it's hard for a young dude to stay on his focal point. He like to have his focal point about himself because he's walking past a liquor store. He's walking past dudes that's doing this. So, you know, you gotta teach them, you know what I'm saying, how to be entrepreneurs. And then, you know, when you teach them how to be entrepreneurs, it gives them some type of responsibility.
When you were growing up, what part of DC you come from?
Southeast.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. So when you were growing up in Southeast, right? And you seen the bullshit and everything that was going through it, would you consider yourself, because this is a 2-part question, would you consider yourself, was you the cool guy in the neighborhood?
I was always the cool guy. I was a lot of guy that caused a lot of havoc too, though.
But
you know
see, that's the thing, though.
It's not nothing for me to brag about. But I was just doing with, I was influenced.
But see, that's the thing. I think you coming from it from another angle because you were doing what you was doing, but you was a cool guy. People liked you. It's somebody out here that's not the cool guy. So they see you see you with the chains, the girls, the cars, the money, whatever. And they looking at that like, damn, I want that. I could be myself right now, but I want that. So being around that environment, or you could have just been somebody homeboy and they looking up to you like, I want what you have. And especially as a teenage years, you want to be cool. You want to be accepted. You want the money, the girls. So I would say even for me, when I was coming up and I was hanging with who I was hanging with and I seen the girls and everything like that, I think, rest in peace to him, he gave me valuable game at like 16 when we was doing what we was doing with the women or whatever. And he looked at me, he was like, I asked, I was like, hey, how do you get women like da-da-da-da? And he was like, Mark, I'm not even going to lie to you. Once you get this, it's going to become in the surplus and you're going to devalue it now because I got the money. I don't care. I got the women. I don't care about it. And it's not till I got older and I was like, all this shit I cared about growing up, when you hit your 25s and older, that shit don't, no grown man care about how many women you fucking, that don't matter.
Facts.
And I think when you're young, that's what you're seeing. So you want that until you can get to a age where you're like, I don't want this. It's not what everything is cracked out to be. So when you came up, you were talking about your hurdles. What was one of the toughest hurdles you had to overcome?
Just tapping into my potential. You know, me having a passion to do something, but me just being influenced, just heavily influenced. You know, just battling with myself. You know, I wanted to play football. I wanted to be an artist.
Like a musical artist?
No. I actually do music as well though, but I'm talking about like a draw. Like I draw.
You can draw?
Yeah, I can actually draw. I didn't went to school for the arts, right?
Oh,
so listen, right?
Okay.
So listen. So it was just me battling with the I'm part of the, I'm definitely part of the cool kids.
Mhm.
I didn't been in the back of the school yearbooks.
Mhm.
I didn't won prom king, all that. But I still felt that I wasn't who I supposed to be.
Mhm.
I didn't reach my destiny for real.
Right.
But I was, like I said, I was so complacent with having a bunch of yes men around me, yes women around me, that it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like sometimes you just feel lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like you just like you feel because no one can relate to you. But I'm here to tell guys now, the weirdos, the cool guys, they are in right now. The weirdos are in. You don't have to
Talk
be
to
cool no
'em.
more. Listen, be who you is. I said, I know y'all see what's going on. Y'all pretty heavy on, the social media era. Listen, weirdos are in. The Lil Uzi Verts and all them, man. Shout out to all them dudes, man, but they in. These are the weirdos. They are in. So it's nothing wrong with just being who you is. Because we all perfectly imperfect, man.
That's a fact.
We all perfectly imperfect.
Speaking of the people you were just saying, if you want to consider yourself a weirdo or whatever,
The weirdos are in.
I'm gonna cut you some game right now. If you're a young weirdo out here, you might not blossom until you get older. So stay down, because you're gonna have the cool kids. They're gonna be the shit until they get older, and then they fall off. But them weirdos, the artists, the musicians, your weirdos is the people that went
Yeah,
to
but
school.
those are the weirdos, though. Trust me, listen, y'all. Social media has developed so much anxiety to the point to where they feel like you have to be like, if you post something up, people are doing things for likes. Look, fuck them likes, bruh. Don't nobody give a fuck about who like you or who not. Post your pictures up and be who you is. That's what I'm saying. Like, by them even having these type of futures, that's establishing
They
some
winning
type of
already.
insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people doing shit to be like. Don't give a fuck about that, bro. Y'all be who y'all is, man. The weirdos are in. I know a lot of weirdos, and they all them all my rich friends.
Listen, your weirdos is the rich ones.
Them all my rich friends, man. Not saying that they don't know weird, no other weird shit, but just like in their own little weird, like they'll want to sit and they might sit and talk to themselves, but they'll talk to themselves about a project that they developing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But the weirdos are in, man. The cool kids always been in, but the weirdos are in. Trust me.
Do
And
you
they
fit?
not to cut you off, but they the people in power as well.
That's a fucking
The weirdos.
fact. When you were saying you were an artist, right? When did, and it's always the artist, when did you realize you could draw, like you had this artistic talent?
When they came in, when they had a meeting with my father and said that they wanted to send me to the School of Arts. Because when you're doing something that comes natural, it's not really.
You don't think about it.
It doesn't really hold no type of. It really doesn't hold no type of substance. You like, I know I'm good at this, but other guys is looking at it. They're like, well, man, this your calling. And you'll be like, man, this shit cool.
That shit cool.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool, like, but it, that's what it be majority of the time. When things come natural to us, we feel like that it's just natural. But the whole time it really be our purpose. It be our calling, for real.
So noticing this about yourself, and you said you were going to the School of Arts. You were just talking about weirdos. You got a fucking talent.
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, and I paint houses too. Like, I got a whole home renovation company that was inherited down to me from my father. I got 6 brothers.
God damn, brother.
Yeah, gone.
You the oldest?
Nah. I'm the middle child, right? But I done lost my oldest. But I do have an older brother as well. And so we still have a company that we run. We don't run it to our fullest potential, but we still run it, right? But me picking up the brush and painting walls, it'll always get me back in that childhood like state. You know what I'm saying? My father sometimes be like, I know we gotta speed up the process, and I'd be like, Pop, you don't even understand what's going on right now.
Yeah, you coming from a different lens.
And sometimes that's when I really started to feel bad. Sometimes my guilt started tripping because I'm like, man, even though I never wanted to paint houses, but just the aesthetics of me being around paint, smelling paint, and seeing what paint do and the colors and what I really can do with it, it makes me go back into my childhood like state. I'm like, man, what happened, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what happens now?
If you could go back, right? It might not be nothing. If you could go back and talk to your younger self before the little situation happened, right now, where you are right now, would you make a different choice?
Of course. I would definitely make a different choice because I mean all the choices that I made was bonehead decisions. I'm not a bonehead individual. You know what I'm saying? Of course the choices that I made made me the man that I was today, but I'm God's child. I was gonna be great regardless. You know what I'm saying? Whether I made a bad decision or a good decision, I was gonna be here regardless. I was gonna get blessed regardless. We all God's children. We gonna get blessed regardless. You know, so if I can talk to my younger self, I definitely would have told my younger self, like, don't stay around people who got the same problems as you. Go around people who got the solutions to your problems. And I'd have been all right. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm still here. I'm still here regardless. So, you know, this was destined for me. So I can't really say what I do because if it's already
Are you in your purpose right now?
Nah. Because I'm still figuring things out. The only thing in life that I figured out is that I never have it all figured out. I'm still figuring stuff out.
Always learning.
I'm a student. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll come in a room and I'll soak up the game, you know, and hopefully I walk away and I learned something, you know, something has some type of substance, you know. But if I can't learn that from an individual, then I really can't be around them. I just can't.
Where did this transformation come from? Because it seems like from when you were that situation happened to where you are now, whoever you are around, you can speak on them, gave you game. You are a different individual.
I'm not gonna lie, right? I said when I was locked up in prison, a lot of guys who've been locked up with me, in the Maryland system, you know, a lot of guys tell you I was really one of them individuals who I was rebellious. I'm not just talking about to the power structure. I'm talking about with the inmates as well. You know what I'm saying? I had 52 infractions. I had hella stabbings. You know what I'm saying? I done been stabbed. You know, so me just being in that hostile environment and me getting in trouble so many times and being placed on segregation, I was in a cell by myself because I couldn't even have nobody around me. You know what I'm saying? So I was in a cell by myself, and I had no TV. I didn't have a radio. Only person that I could talk to was God and myself. So by me talking to myself, I heard my subconscious voice talking back to me. And you know, and like I said, when I went to school, it's no secret. I was in honors classes and everything.
Everybody, it's Bubbles here, and I'm located at Arundel Mills Mall, and this is my beautiful kiosk. So I'm gonna show you guys something really special. So this cashmere body oil is one of my best-selling oils of all of my products. It's made up of jojoba oil, coconut oil, vitamin E, so the most natural ingredients. Look at that. It absorbs into the skin so good, and it smells amazing. Follow me on Instagram at Bubbles Galore Me, TikTok Bubbles Galore Me as well, and on my website at bubblesgalorem3.com. See you guys soon.
So already had a high, not a high intellect capacity, but I already had some sense.
Right, clearly, right.
So, you know, when I got by myself, I always had tap into my rational side, like, bruh, you know you ain't had to stab that man, or you know you ain't had to do this. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like that voice will always talk back to me. And, you know, I correspond with that voice, but this was always my rational voice. And my rational voice always soothing my soul. You know, it always consoled me. You know what I'm saying? During a time of rage or whatever the case may be, it always soothed me. So that's when I said, you know what? I'm gonna tap into my subconscious side, embrace that, and unlearn everything that I learned, and start from scratch. So that's how I really taught myself. I really haven't been around guys that really was on some productive civilized type stuff, because I was in a maximum security, so everybody had life. So it wasn't Anur, when we get out 2 years, 3 years from now, man, what's up? We going on a trip down Miami. We going on a vacation. It was none of that. It was like, look, we dying in here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is our ending. You know, my expiration date is going to end in here. And, you know, by me being around these guys so often with this type of mindset and me having 59 years before I get my time back, I picked up on this belief as well. You know, until I tapped in, like I said, to my rational side, my subconscious thoughts, and I got around guys that, you know, had a little bit of hope. And, you know, I just, you know, I just created my own method. You know, it's like an ingredient. You know, like when you trying to develop yourself, and it's all about growth and development, you have to have some type of ingredient or some type of formula or method that you put together to make you the man who you is. It's all about reincarnation or reinventing yourself. So that's what it was.
You said that did you have your mom growing up?
I actually lost my mom right before I got locked up.
Okay,
You know?
sorry about that. You were saying that you had,
but I did. I had my mom. I had my brother. I had my brothers, and I had my father as well.
So, from talking to you, and I'm gonna say this: a lot of people think, you know, murders, robbers, thieves, whatever you want to call them, and people that go to prison, they think a lot of the times that you guys are dumb. And I'm here to say it now. There's a lot of smart motherfuckers in prison. Smart people make mistakes. And like you were saying, you was in honor roll. You were about to go to school for the arts. If you put that on paper and just leave that there, nothing else, everybody
I got my degree locked up.
For real?
Yeah, I got my college degree locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know, like I said, I used to battle with myself. Like I tap into my rational side.
Yeah.
But then it's just like my defeating thoughts will always say, well, nigga, you got 59 years, nigga, you getting a degree for what? Nigga, this degree not gonna carry you, you know what I'm saying, nowhere. You gonna die with this degree in here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, all right, well, fuck this degree. You know, it's no use to me even hanging this degree on my wall in here because I'm in a shithole anyway. So instead of me, you know, just mustering up the courage and understanding that shit is, you know, it's gonna be a brighter day and shit is gonna get better. I always used to let my defeating thoughts overtake me into my, like I said, into my subconscious.
Do you have anger issues?
I actually took anger management.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Listen,
I'm good now.
Talking to you, I have it, and when I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you, and I'm like, okay, you got all these things going for you, and I know how it is to have that anger. Like you be the coolest guy, but when that switch flips, we there. It ain't going back now. We here now.
Facts.
So when you were growing up and you had all this stuff going on, you had your brothers, your parents. What made you, speaking to the kids now, what made you choose the life you chose?
Just being rebellious. You know, and I'm learning this right now, just you know, being around my sons. You know, sometimes, you know, you really have to touch that stove to really see if it's hot. And that's the oldest saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to touch that stove to see if it's hot. And you know, my father always he always stored a lot of morals and principles in me. Taught me how to conduct myself, you know, how to have the etiquettes of a man. I'm talking about it was getting to points where, you know, I was going outside and I was fighting the whole neighborhood. My father lining everybody up because I used to box too though. So my father,
who the fuck are you?
Yeah. So look, my father, he line all these dudes up, you know, and I whoop all these dudes one by one. And you know what I'm saying? So my father always, he kept that structure. He kept me stern. But I always want to tap into, I want to do what Anur want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Pop, all right, like I understand, like, but you told me that was cool, but I got this shit now. You know what I'm saying?
You the man now.
Like, you know, I got this shit now, you know, and sometimes that mindset of I got this shit now, it can be like, oh no, you really in some shit now, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me going out, hanging around guys, alcohol, drugs, all this shit take a pot. It causes us to do, you know what I'm saying, something that's
shit.
crazy. You know, and that's one thing that my father used to tell me, you know, choice making is one of the most important elements in life. You know, your choice making gotta be up the pot. And my choice making wasn't up the pot. You know, like I said, I had common sense, but as far as like peer pressure and shit like that, it used to get to me. Cause you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, I'm a teenager growing up. I'm still trying to find myself
Right.
outside of myself, outside of my family home. And that's where I went wrong at, you know, not trusting my father's word and going with the vast majority. You know, when you got 20 dudes saying, look, bro, it's gonna be all right, and you got your father saying, like, look, it's gonna be all right, and if you do
gonna
this,
go
I'm
on
gonna
20
fuck you
dudes.
up.
That's just fucked
You
up
know
to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, the vast majority, like they won. They got the best of me. So,
You was talking about having that old saying, some people got to touch the stove to know it's hot.
for real.
You got 2 kids or just
Yeah,
one?
2 sons.
So when your sons grow up and they want to touch that stove to see it's hot, and you've been on both sides of that situation, what do you do as a parent at that point when they are rebellious?
Sometime I'm not a firm believer of you know, if the kids want to leave the house or they want to run away, leave their ass out there. You know, I'm not a firm believer of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If my child leaves, I'm out there. I'm out there on a hunt. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to compromise and accommodate my kids, because now we live in a different days and times now, to the point to where sometimes you might gotta just leave the old traditional ways of parenting alone, and sometimes you might gotta compromise with them to the point to where y'all have an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to add this mindset, but we living in a real world. We living in a world where social media influencers are more influential over your kids than you are. Don't ever get it mistaken.
And that's a fact.
I said when your kids are with their friends or they're by themselves, they are looking at people that's heavily influenced. An influencer will influence your kids to do something that they normally wouldn't do. So, knowing that you have this system designed that's working against you for real, because the influencer is not telling them, look, if you shake your ass, cover yourself up. Nah, they not doing that. So being as though that you're working against this system, sometimes it's like, okay, if you want to have a pool party, you old enough, y'all in bikinis. If some ass shaking is going to happen, I gotta be around to monitor that or oversee that.
But when do you let a kid have that freedom? No. At what age do you let they gotta experience this without daddy holding your hand?
That's the thing, though. See, sometimes you know they you can experience this shit, but daddy right there, you just don't know it. That's when you get that's when you gotta have the house or gadget out on some James Bond shit.
I see you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they see you, but they don't. But you have to be the overseer because you are responsible. But you can't hold on to your child's hand all the time. You can't. Sometimes you gotta let them bump their heads. You got to. You know, sometimes if they even if they get stranded somewhere, you gotta ask them where they at. And you gotta tell them, well, look, find your ride home. And you still gotta be on your way to go get their ass, but you gotta at least spark some type of fear or some type of anxiety into them so they can, I'm on my own now.
Yeah, you
Or
still coming.
I gotta figure
gotta
figure this shit out instead of always being, you know what I'm saying? You coming to their aid and all this. That's not the way the world works now.
Like, you were talking about influencers, right? Do you consider yourself an influencer? Because this is a 2-parter.
No, I'm really not an influencer. I'm just somebody I'm a relatable guy. You know, I'm like a voice for the voiceless. I'm that guy who want to speak, but he probably can't articulate or he probably can't interpret it the way that people understand. He probably, you know, you got guys that want to speak, but they feel like if they speak that it's frowned upon, that they won't sound as intellectual, whatever the case may be. And you don't got to be intellectual to speak your feelings. You know what I'm saying? To have a sense of empathy or humanity. You don't have to use all your syllables, all your vowels when you speak. Speak how you feel, and again, say what you mean and mean what you say. But a lot of, you know, American and beat us down so much, bro, to the point to where don't say nothing because they might not like you, or they might deactivate your page, or they might report you, or you know what I'm saying, or you might lose some followers, or whatever the case may be. You might lose some friends. So it's the anxiety of speaking out and then getting shunned or getting admonished about it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. For real.
Do you blame? This controversial. Black people, hip hop, they move the needle with the culture, right?
Right.
And just recently, I think it might have been NDIRE or whatever, it was talking about how, you know, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's shouldn't be glamorized and things like that. But from what you're saying, and you were saying about the knucklehead shit, our culture is so diverse that we can have the ratchet shit. We can have the political. We can be in all areas. And I feel like now they want, especially the older generation, they want us to fit this mold of tighten up, be good. But
Yeah.
the younger kids not with that shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. No, I said, listen, I respect the older generation. I respect the older generation. I said, I just don't respect. Well, I love our ancestors. I just don't respect how our ancestors move, because one thing about it, we powerful, y'all. We don't get overtaken. We don't get bullied into nothing that we don't want to do. Y'all know that black blood powerful. So let me say that first and foremost. Our ancestors, I respect our ancestors, but the way our ancestors was handled,
we not going for that shit.
Come on, we ain't going. Y'all already know they ain't bringing back no damn slavery.
That ain't happening.
And these days and times, but they brought back slavery in different aspects, in different forms. You get what I'm saying? Which is even more detrimental, because our ancestors didn't kill each other. We killing each other now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, we doing the work. So it's more fucked up. But far as like the what you were saying about the entertainers, they have a lot of influence over our culture. It's all you gotta understand the power structure, y'all. Like, listen, they the face of this shit, but y'all gotta understand who the ventriloquist is. It's not them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us puppets. You know, a lot of us puppets. And I was actually signed to a label. I was signed to a deal. And when I actually signed the deal, I had stipulations on my probation that I didn't take up with them. You know, so I had shows that I was gonna do. You know, I was gonna open up for 2 Chainz when he first opened up his hookah lounge down Atlanta. I done went to South by Southwest music festival and opened up for Def Jam and stuff like that. But I didn't have my situation in order with my probation officer. But they was so they had the labels had their head so far up their ass to make money off of me or whatever they thought they could have did with me, to the point to where they didn't give a fuck about my whereabouts. So again, a lot of people that's in the power structure that's influential, y'all they are being ran by ventriloquists, man. They are puppets. I'm telling y'all.
But that's what a lot of people
don't get caught up in this shit, man.
That's what
it's
they
all
want,
an illusion.
though.
It's all an illusion. Listen, it's entertainment business. When the lights cut on, when it's showtime, you have to perform. You know, they give you clothes to put on. They give you jewelry to wear. They give you speeches to say. They give you songs to perform or whatever case may be. And when it's show, it's cut, all that shit come off, y'all. It's the entertainment business. It's just like a movie. It's just like a movie scene, a movie premiere. It's just like backstage. It's all the entertainment business. So don't get caught up on glitz and glamour and the images. I'm telling y'all, don't get caught up on that shit, man.
I think a lot of people say that, and I think the artists are saying, they're like, hey, what you seeing? You're seeing the entertainment side.
It's the entertainment.
You're not seeing that business side. That all this is loaned, rented. All this shit come off.
Factual.
But somebody just came in, one of the sponsors. This is a amazing break. Let me get that book up off you. Don't worry about the cameras. Let me get that. All right, now listen. This is one of our amazing sponsors, man. I told y'all I was gonna get the product. I got the product from the right therapist, man. First and foremost, she gave me so much. Get this book right here, man. She made a children's book. Speaking of what me and you was talking about, man, it's cool to be a nerd, man. This woman went to college. She's doing her thing. Get this book. It's $10, man. Any kid out here could benefit from this book. This one. Just go to her website. It's right here. It's tagged below, right next to his name. You gonna see it. But let's open the rest, because now she just treated me out. So let's see what else we got. We got the calm down jars, man. Listen, she ain't give me no promo, But we got
Might need that for my son.
yeah. She told me to shake it. It calmed me down. Listen, get the calm down jars, man. I'm gonna put it right here for you to see it. What else we got? It's not over. Wait a minute. What this say?
Got pretty colors and all that.
Creative, intelligent, kind, confident, important, amazing,
I'm telling you.
magical. She is. Listen, man. Look, you see the label.
Oh yeah,
you know,
baby girl.
you know what it is, man.
Nah,
Shout
facts.
out to the right therapist, man. She is doing her thing. She has an annual event. Be a Barbie, bring a Barbie, man. Annual event. I'm proud of this woman. She has been the sponsor of this podcast for going on 3 months now. So check this out. Everything's going to be, go to her link in our bio. She's going to have everything you want, man. We sitting here today, we talking about the youth with my guy. If you want somebody to have a happy day, get this, man. It's the little things in life. So shout out to the right therapist, man. That's at the right therapist. And we're going to get back to the show. Man, talking to you, are you amazed at yourself? Do you get amazed at yourself?
Yeah, sometimes I be in awe, you know. Sometimes I be taken aback by some of the things I actually come up with. But again, I always tap into that my spiritual side. I'm like, nigga, this what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't really be surprised at what you do when this what you was born to do. This was ordained for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just take it. I take it with a grain of salt. I take it with a grain of salt.
Right now, I went through your page before it got deleted. You got an amazing.
They deleted my page, y'all.
My man had a lot going on his on his page. He just got out, so he didn't.
But
know.
listen, Instagram don't make me who I'm is. Fuck that page.
The man had naked women. It was going down on this man's page. He forgot this was Instagram. But listen, you got an amazing family, man, and coming out. You've been out for about 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
And you have the 2 boys. Who taught you to instill that family, though?
I always wanted that. And then me actually being around guys who used to show me like they family, like back to prison, going back to prison. Me actually being around guys who used to show me their family pictures and speak so highly about their families and their sons and their baby mothers. And they're like, damn, man, I just wish I just can get one more opportunity to get out there. And me actually being in that situation with them, I'm like, damn, I got 59 years. I'm never gonna have no kids.
Wait, so you had all these recently?
Yeah, since I've been home.
Boy, wait a minute. You said you got 2 kids.
Yeah, a year. I only been home 2 years. So every year. I'm done though. I'm done. Baby girl, I'm done. But so it was just I was in and like I said, I was in a rushing process to the point to where I thought I was missing out on something.
Right.
When I should have just came home, crossed my T's, dot my I's, and said, you know what? Spend time into developing you. It's all about you growing and developing. But me being so excited, being home, I'm like, well, I gotta have a kid. You know what I'm saying? A kid is gonna keep me, me level headed. And things didn't work out with me and their mother.
Right.
I mean, with his mother. And then it's like, okay, all right, well, I met another woman. I'm like, all right, well, I gotta have another kid. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, brother.
Yeah, but I'm done. I'm done.
God damn.
I'm done. And my kids well taken care of. I love them to death. But yeah, I'm done though. But it had got to that. It had got to that point to where I felt like I needed things to complete me. You get what I'm saying, Brody? Like I really needed things to complete me and give me a title and to make me feel like I'm important. And I had to really like gather myself up. I'm like, bro, you don't need to be a father, you know what I'm saying, to make yourself feel important or make you feel like you somebody out here or to give you, you know what I'm saying, some type of motivation or some type of inspiration.
Right.
You should motivate yourself and inspire yourself. And then whatever comes with that, then that's a blessing. So I was putting my time and energy into a lot of things that I thought I needed to make me who I'm is, instead of just doing the work. And that's why I rushed so fast. I sped the process up.
You damn sure did.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my baby mothers. I love both of them to death. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to get married?
Yeah, I believe in marriage, right? I believe marriage is definitely essential.
Okay.
But we can be married in different ways. We don't have to, it doesn't have
The
to
women
be
are on your
traditional.
ass right now.
It doesn't listen, ladies, listen. It doesn't have to be traditional though. You know, some people are married already without the paper, without sharing the covenant with God and the commitment. Some people are really married, they just don't know it. But marriage is so overrated, man. Like,
boy, they gonna be
like,
on
listen,
your ass.
marriage is so overrated, y'all. Like, listen, shout out to all the married couples, all the healthy marriages. Shout out to them. But marriage is so overrated because, you know, sometimes it's like, people get married and they say, well, I love him and I you know, and I love her. And you can love somebody and still go cheat. You know what I'm
Spitting that
saying?
game.
You can love somebody and still go cheat and come back home at night and don't have no type of emotional attachment to the girl or the woman you
I've
just
done
was
it.
with. But if you have some type of loyalty, that thought process wouldn't even come across your mind. So we don't need no paper. We don't need no commitment. We don't need no covenant that we have to share under God to have no type of loyalty. When you got that loyalty, fuck marriage. This shit bigger than a piece of paper. This shit is bigger than a vow. We are loyal to each other. We have soul ties. Your soul consoles mine and mine consoles yours. That's what it's all about. So when you have this, right?
Right.
It's with ceremony.
But listen, women, I'm gonna try to vouch for
But
you.
I love y'all, women. I love y'all. I love y'all to death. I love y'all to death.
But they gonna say they want that commitment though. You know, women gonna say, yeah, you can have all that, but that paper, I don't know why women believe this. That paper is not going to make a man be loyal to you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. But to
Facts.
them in the society, they feel like, oh, well, they don't want to just be a girlfriend. They don't want to be a baby mama. They want to be a wife. That carries some weight to them.
Yeah, nah, listen. Your accolades does not give you a sense of entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, we have entitled, like, no, not even a lot of women. A lot of men and women, we have an entitlement mentality. And it falls back on how we was raised, because a lot of us weren't raised to be husbands.
Ooh,
and a lot of us weren't raised to be wives. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was raised to be, like, you know, backbones. You know what I'm saying? Like pillars of our families. That's what a lot of us was raised to be. That's how a lot of us was taught. So a lot of women that want to be wives, y'all don't even have the etiquettes, you know, nor the aspects of knowing how to be a wife. And that's cool. And and that's the same thing for men. You know, it's like, I tell a lot of women, like, you know, a lot of, you know, I tell men this all the time too, though. It's like, man, you got big money with champagne taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like let's go, like, let's knock out the bruise first, bruh. Before we open the champagne, before we pop the cork. Because when you pop the cork, is a celebration. You know what I'm saying? Let's finish the bruise first. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about,
boy, they gonna be on your ass.
They gonna be on my ass too. Y'all gonna drag me through the comments. Y'all take it easy on me. But now listen, I'm just speaking fact though, right? Say what you mean what you say. Now, all, like, it's not a lot of women out here that's wife bound. And I say that to say this, right? Because y'all care about the aesthetics of y'all family. Y'all care about how y'all looked at. Y'all care about how people perceive y'all. So when it's just you and your husband, and at the end of the night, when the sunset is just you and him, nothing else matters. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they live for Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So you put your time and energy into something that doesn't even hold any type of substance. It's no type of essence behind the shit.
They want that Will and Jada love.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah,
on.
and you already know what's going on Red Table Talk. So we already know what's going on with that. That Will and Jada shit, that shit was a facade. That shit was a delusion. Listen, even listen, black marriage is portrayed as so bad, right? To the top entertainer, far as when it comes to movies. Tyler Perry. Why Did I Get Married? Look how he portrayed black people on that film. Just think about it. Let's ponder on that for a minute. Was that some happy shit? There wasn't no happy shit going on. Hey, Tyler Perry, I respect your art, but you portray this on the screen as black marriages is corrupt. It's chaotic. It's you know what I'm saying? What they call it, ratchet. It's hostile. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a person that's heavily influenced around the world that's portraying black marriage and to that type of magnitude, and you got a guy like me that's a single man that want to get married, I'm looking at that. I ain't going through that shit. Well, Tyler Perry just inspired me not to just to be a bachelor. Like, I'm not going through that shit.
But do you think with that, and you having sons, are you going to give them that same game about women in marriage? Because now you raising the men out here in the world.
Yeah, but my sons, they gotta learn too. You know what I'm saying? Like son, you know, I can tell you, I can tell you, I can tell you what it is, you know, but it's nothing like experiencing like these, like it's nothing like experiencing stuff. Like, you know, like a lot of stuff that we go through in life, a lot of stuff that she might go through in life. This shit can't be taught by no professor. Shit can't be taught in no college courses. You know what I'm saying? I done met a lot of women that's well grounded, educated, have a high intellect capacity. I'm talking about Spelman, master degrees. They have a lot of insight. They have a lot of, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of book smart. But when it comes to real
tangible
trials,
shit,
when it comes to real trial and tribulation in the world, real life experiences, they don't know how to find the problems through that shit. This shit ain't taught by no professor. You have to go through this, and the only way that you can learn through it is from experience. So my sons, I can teach you and give you a lesson all day long.
You gotta experience
but
yourself.
Listen, when you walk out that door, you might meet a woman that's very conniving, manipulating. You know what I'm saying?
You'll never know it.
I'm talking about she's and you have to but the only thing I can teach you is like, look, watch out for the signs. But don't let this kiss this good what's the Black Street Boys? Can I get a kiss goodnight? Don't let that kiss fuck your mind, because that's what I'm saying. Because it's real, it's powerful.
It is.
So you can't let these things, you know what I'm saying, cloud your vision or cloud your thinking, and then next thing you know, you just delusional. So it's all about experience.
Let me ask you this before we get out of here, brother. I've just started this, man. You did your time. You raised a family. Shit, you are a boxer. You're a musician. You're an artist. You got all these things coming out. You might not say you're an influencer, but if you influence one motherfucker, you're an influencer.
Facts.
So my question to you is, if you had to have one last conversation right now to yourself, this will be the last conversation the world ever hear from you, your children ever hear from you, what would you say?
I speak on about being a dependent. Never depend on nobody too much in life. Even when it get dark, your own shadow will leave your side. So you got to know that you got you. Depend on yourself. You know, I don't care if you got a bunch of co-workers, a bunch of companions, like, depend on yourself. Know that you got you. And if you got you, you know that everybody else around you gonna be straight. So that's the last conversation I had with myself.
God damn. Well, man, listen, tell people where they can find you. You need a goddamn book. Your story is too short, man.
I know, man. I said, y'all can find me. I got my new page. God damn, man. And I ain't got like 20 followers. I didn't.
God, because you had the ass on there, man.
All right, but you can y'all can find me at fbe.anur, fbe.anur, ANUR. That's my Instagram. I just started it. It's a new one. And man, we gonna go back up. I said I'm actually about to start a new talking segment or podcast, whatever you want to call it. It ain't gonna be lit as this one, though, but this one lit right here, baby. But yeah, we gonna start a new one, and it's just all rational and logical things. You know, a lot of older women that's looking at this segment right now. If you have a troubled youth or you got troubled little brothers or whatever the case may be, you definitely gonna want to tap in, because I'm definitely gonna give a lot of game in regards to them, including young girls too, though, because that's who I do it for. You know, I'm still young myself.
Why you do it for the young girl?
Because you know, I mean, at the end of the day, that's who we do it for. Period. We don't do it for, not for no young girls, but we do it for women. Period. Right. You know, men that go out and groom themselves or go get money and go get these high paying jobs, or like, we do it for women. You know what I'm saying? We keep the image up for the women. You know, we get fly for the women. We groom ourselves. We stay healthy for women. We don't do this for no dudes. Some guys do it for the dudes. but it's nothing like a woman. It's nothing like a woman. We was made for each other, and that's what it's gonna be, and that's what it's always gonna be.
Well,
yeah.
The fact that you said what you said about marriage and then ended that shit on that note.
Yeah. We do it for the women, y'all. I love me some women. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take advantage of them, but I just like being around them. You can learn so much about a woman. You know, man, you can go out right now and we can be with 10 guys. We go to a bar right now. It's no guarantee that we'll make it home. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how guys be. But if you with some women, y'all gonna make it home. If you the only man and you with 9 other women, you gonna make it. If you with your boys at night, y'all might get into a bar fight, or you know what I'm saying. So women always they nurturing, they emotional, they got a lot of empathy, and they gentle. It's good. It's good being around women. I love women.
Oh, listen, brother, I like the fact that you have a story to tell. It is not, you can't say everything you've been through in one segment. We talked about the influences, and I'm going to say now, you are on a trajectory that is bigger than where you are.
Appreciate that.
Right now. The things you have talked about, you being in honors and being an artist and everything like that, people want to judge you by the way you look until they talk to you. And when you talk, you have nothing but game to give. You have life experiences to give. So I already know you're going to be famous before you hit Houston.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be famous. I'm trying to be rich, y'all. I just want some money. I want some money. I want some monetary gain, and I just want to give back, you know, and I can end it all. And at the end of the day, I can end it all like me just being a philanthropist for my people. You know, I ain't gotta do it for the world.
You do it for your people.
You know, I just like I said, I don't have to be rich. I just want some money where I'm comfortable, and I make sure me and my people comfortable, and we can go from there.
Well, listen, brother.
You know?
I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you for dropping this game. I told this man I ain't forget about him. He been on the calendar for a very long time, man. And before we get out of here, one more good shout out to, as you can see right here, the right therapist, man. She has done everything she was supposed to do in life. He was talking about women. She is the epitome of actually going out, doing what you're supposed to do. She was recently on a podcast and slaughtered it. If you seen our interview, you know she is a shy person, but not anymore. Check out the right therapist. She got a children's book. She got gels.
I need a therapy. We all need some therapy. I know. My youngest needs some therapy. We all need some mental healing. You know, trust me. If y'all act like y'all don't need no mental healing, we all messed up in our own little ways. Trust me, y'all.
And that's just that, man. Catch us on the next episode, man. I don't know when it's going to drop. He said he want this to drop on a specific day. So when his drops, mine going to drop at the same exact time, man. So appreciate you for coming, brother. This has been another lovely episode of the Vibes Podcast, man. And yeah, catch us on the next one.
All right. Y'all be safe.
Now you just need the photos, bro.